Hello and welcome. We're going to be discussing August. This is the month that changes everything for everyone. We have eclipses, it's eclipse season. This is where fated events change our life trajectory. So it's important to know when eclipses are happening, they do not just influence the month that they're happening in, they influence us over the next 6 months as well as a year. So it's important to keep in mind that don't just look at the date. This is going to be events that unfold with the planetary transits that allow you to move in a new direction. Think back to 2016 to 2019. That's when we had eclipses in Leo and Aquarius. And at that point, the North Node was in Leo, the South Node was in Aquarius. Now we have it flipped. So what was happening back then for you? What were you experiencing? Where were you seeing growth? Where were you seeing release? Because this is what we are now dealing with, but it's going to be flipped around. The signs that are going to be most impacted by the eclipses in the month of August are going to be the fixed signs: Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio and Taurus, with the new moon solar eclipse happening August 12th, and the mutable signs Pisces, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Gemini, with the full moon lunar eclipse happening in Pisces. Now the North Node is not in Pisces. The North Node is now in Aquarius. But we are still going to be completing what we started when we had the North Node in Pisces. Because that happened in January of 2025. North Node Pisces, South Node in Virgo. So this is the month that changes your destiny, your direction. This is the month where you see events unfold. So when watching this video, look at it at not just these dates. Look at it, especially with the eclipses, as what is transpiring over the next 6 months for you. So the eclipse is going to offer in new beginnings, but it does have the South Node. So there's something that you're releasing. Maybe even encountering what's familiar from the past. Okay, the South Node is the past. What places and spaces? I noticed that happens a lot with the South Node. And also what you are releasing. With the full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces, yes, it's going to be with the North Node, so accelerated growth in this direction. But it is a Pisces full moon lunar eclipse. And a Pisces full moon lunar eclipse is a deep release. Pisces is the ending. It's an emotional release. It's closure. It's healing. It's deep. And it's a full moon. This is a completion point of what you've been working on since we had a new moon in Pisces over these past 6 months. So this is where you see it coming to completion. Either you celebrating, it's a culmination of events, either you celebrating something that you've completed, or you realizing that something is done and you no longer can go back to it. That is a full moon. Okay, lunar eclipse, think steroids. Solar eclipse, steroids. They're now new moons and full moons operating on this high energy. That's very impactful. We start off the month with Chiron retrograde in Taurus. August 3rd, we're going to have Chiron retrograde in Taurus until September 17th. Then it's going to retrograde back into Aries. And we'll be then completing, what we started way back when in 2018 when Chiron first entered into Aries. And that will be only done with next year in 2027. So with this Chiron retrograde in Taurus, the fixed signs will definitely feel this: Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, and Aquarius. But this is going to influence us as a collective. It's going to be our wounds related to money, our resources, food, farming, cost of living, the price, the value of things, the value of yourself. Taurus rules the throat. So wounds are where we do not speak up. Okay? Or where someone speaks to us that makes us now feel wounded, hurt inside. Maybe they judge our appearance. Taurus is ruled by Venus. It's how we look, how we present ourselves. Maybe they judge our skills and talents. Maybe they judge our value and they express it. These are the wounds. The lesson is finding your worth from within with Chiron in Taurus. That's the lesson. The medicine here is about knowing you are valuable, disconnecting from what is no longer valuable to you. And this includes who and what you do with your time. August 6th, we have Venus in Libra. Now Venus is at home, loves to be in Libra until September 10th. Now, you need to keep this in mind. We are going to have a Venus retrograde this year, in October of this year, in Scorpio and in Libra. Okay, and the pre-shadow will start at the end of August 31st, if I'm not mistaken. So keep that in mind. Now's the time to make sure you have some money put aside. Now's the time to act on your money investments, especially in relationships, building harmony, building trust, because Venus retrogrades. This is where we see lies, deceptions, we break ties, we break up, we walk away, we end the marriage, we walk away from even job situations. Libra rules over one-on-one connections. So this is anyone. It's a contract, it's a deal, it's work, it's a friend. This is what we will be doing. That's the retrograde period. But August 6th, Venus is at home in Libra. It's harmonious, it's lovely. This is really sweet for relationships compared to when we had Venus in Virgo, because Venus is at its weakest there. It's about the work that we do. It's about what we need to put in. Venus in Libra is about charm. It's about grace. It's about the energy of communication within relationships. This is where we can even find ourselves balancing ourselves out when it comes to our work and how we take care of ourselves. August 9th, we're going to have Mercury enter into Leo until August 25th, and this is really great. Remember, Jupiter is in Leo. South Node is also there. So this is going to be the period of luck and blessings with Jupiter and Mercury together here, but also the South Node will be purging out situations, things that you're no longer aligned to. In terms of Mercury, is everything to do with sales, commerce, negotiations, contracts, including travel, short distance trips, vehicles. And it also rules over how we communicate and express ourselves. So you can see amazing opportunities coming through based on your communication as a collective. Right? There can be a lot of news around this time about high-profile people, celebrities, people in power. This is Mercury in Leo, but we'll definitely see opportunities coming through to you based on where you shine, based on how you present yourself. Leo is confidence. It's about shining bright. It's about the energy of being that person, and sharing your ideas, while the South Node will purge out those contracts too. So that's what's going to be happening with Mercury in Leo. August 11th, we have Mars entering into Cancer until September 27th. Mars does not like to be in Cancer, okay? Mars is a malefic planet. So it can be the energy, when I say malefic, it has this energy of, known as in mythology by the god of war. So there can be aggression, frustration, and Mars does not do well in Cancer. It's exalted in Capricorn. That's where it's crowned for success. Yeah, Mars doesn't know what to do with itself. So you can feel drained, physical action, drainage. Mars also being Cancer can make us pretty sensitive. We can act from our emotional sensitivity impulsively. Mars in Cancer is great for taking care of renovations, things related to the home, boundary setting with family, activities related to family, coming together. What do we need to do with the family? Cancer is the family. You can find yourself taking more action towards mothers, nurturers, caregivers, people that are the female essence in your life. Okay, that's who you see as a representation. So this way you're taking action. Maybe it's something you need to do. You can find yourself also finding yourself exhausted, spending more time at home, whether it's because you pushed yourself past burnout and you're unwell and you need to take more care of you. That's Mars in Cancer. See, Mars is a planet of action, motivation, and passion, and drive, and aggression. So Mars is that energy. Aries is ruled by Mars. Scorpio is ruled by Mars. Capricorn's exalted. So this is where we have that drive, that go-getter energy. Yeah, we're kind of sensitive, and only things that emotionally make us feel good is what we are willing to do. And if we feel hurt, this is where we have that emotional release and we can share it with everyone. We're more protective though over family and loved ones. If you're a mother, this is where you're more protective over your home, your space, your children. Okay, August 12th, new moon solar eclipse in Leo. This is a new beginning and a fresh start for us all when it comes to our confidence. And also South Node here, purging out purging out the idea of where we need to seek outside validation. The validation needs to come from within. We can see a lot of new opportunities, new blessings coming in. Jupiter's here too. But remember, the purge will happen. Sometimes to have your new beginning, an ending needs to happen for that new beginning. Okay? So this is really great. This is like what gives us joy, pleasure, dating, and really looking at what makes us happy. August 15th, we have Mercury conjunct Jupiter. This is really great. Now, this conjunction will be happening on August 15th. You can feel 3 days before, 3 days after, where you're going to see opportunities come your way based on what you say and how confident, how bold, and how expressive you are and what you bring to the table. Okay, and then August 22nd, the sun enters into Virgo until September 22nd. Now we're in Virgo season. It's all about the harvest. It's what we have accomplished. Virgo is about work, routine, our health, and this is all the things we need to take care of. Good news though, the South Node is out of Virgo, but health becomes a very important theme. Productivity, our day-to-day routine, how we take care of ourselves. How do we take care of our mental health? Anxiety can run high during this period. We can be overly self-critical of ourselves and others, but opportunities will come to you based on your work and productivity. August 27th, the sun conjunct Mercury in Virgo. This is going to bring ideas to work, to healthcare, on a collective message. This is potent and powerful as well. This is that time where we're going to be experiencing a lot of energy, because August 25th, we have Mercury entering into Virgo until September 10th. And then on the 27th, we have that sun and Mercury conjunction. So this is really like an epiphany, an awakening, an idea that you get towards your health, your productivity, your responsibilities, who you want to take care of and who you do not wish to take care of. Remember, Virgo is about service. So it's the services we provide to others, including loved ones, and remembering to bring it back to self-care. August 28th, we have a full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces. So with this eclipse, it's going to be a full moon. It's a big release already. It's an eclipse, major release in Pisces. So you can feel emotional, sad, isolated. It's important to go within, solitude, meditation, to allow yourself to breathe. Can opportunities come in? Yes. Whatever you started over these past 6 months, what did you work on in the area of Pisces that allowed for growth to happen in your life? And this is where you can see you reap the rewards. If not, and you felt a bit lost, because in Pisces, we can feel a bit lost. We're a bit spacey, we dreamy, we don't know the steps, you know, and it's not something that you know in terms of, here's the facts, these are the steps. It's not Virgo. Virgo is the facts, it's the details, it's analysis. Pisces, intuition and trusting that. So this is an impactful month. Now we're going to get into all 12 signs. Do pay attention to your rising sign first. And if you're unaware of your rising sign, do pay attention to the sun sign. And the moon sign is really subconsciously what is happening behind the scenes. It is impactful. So you have a Leo moon, Aquarius moon, you will feel this. If you have a Pisces moon, you will feel this. So pay attention to the energy. Pay attention to what is happening. Mars is in Cancer. Cancer is ruled by the moon. Your moon sign becomes important. Leo season we start off with. The sun becomes important because Leo is ruled by the sun. We have a new moon solar eclipse, a full moon lunar eclipse. Those are moon related. So pay attention to yourself as a whole, because you are a whole person. And do share your placements in the comments. I will respond to you. And remember, you are unique. Your birth chart is unique. Aries, welcome. This month we start off August 3rd until September, and you will see the dates down below for each transit. I will put them down below in the descriptions. Please do pay attention to that, and I do mention them in the beginning of this video for the collective message. But August 3rd, we start off the month with Chiron retrograde in Taurus until September 17th. And this for you is your money in your bank account. This is where you're going to get wounds related to money, earning. This can be deeply painful. Your value, your skills, what you bring to the table. This can be like feeling like there's certain things you can't afford, certain things you need to minimize. Chiron will be teaching you the wounds of internal value and worthiness. This means believing in your skills, This is what it's trying to do, show you your worth. And your worth is important when it comes to your time, who you spend it with. Very important, because time and the people, places, and situations we give our time towards, is it valuable or is it devaluing us? And this can be something that you start impacts every area of life, what you do with yourself. August 6th, we have Venus in Libra. Now, you do remember there will be a retrograde this year with Venus in Libra. So this is all going forward with relationships. You can get money, offers coming through during this period, offers coming your way in terms of finances, offers coming your way in terms of a contract, a deal. If you are in sales, people want to spend more. Venus is money. You can see a lot of money flowing into you from other people, the people that you collaborate, network with, that you speak to, because Libra is an air sign. It's what you got to say that seals the deal. So offers can be coming in for financial gain. You'll also be needing to make some financial decisions. Libra is about decision making. You could find yourself feeling a bit indecisive. Remember that. If you're single, you could meet someone during this time. Okay, if you're in an existing relationship, this is where you're trying to meet someone halfway. This is where you're trying to connect to someone in a deeper, more profound way. There can be harmony felt. There can be, opportunities to see this relationship and ask yourself, is it equal and fair? And I remind you this because Venus will retrograde in the sign of Libra in October, and it's going to ask you to reevaluate relationships and reevaluate, is this fair? Okay, so being fair, bringing harmony, doing things that bring balance to your relationships is so important. August 9th, we're going to have Mercury enter into Leo. This is really great if you are single. This is where people are wanting to romance you, charm you. This is great for flings. Okay, and remember, do not get yourself involved in any situationships. Just saying, because it does bring flirting, it brings casual encounters, it brings all of these things. Now, if you're in an existing relationship, this is where you're making plans, you're negotiating and discussing and having conversations about any romantic things you and your partner can do together. This is where you're deciding these things, making those choices. But remember, it's about reviving a spark and feeling a spark. This Mercury entering into Leo can also be opposite Pluto in Aquarius, and it can ask you if you and this person share the same future. If not, you could walk away, seriously. But if you are an entrepreneur, really great for creative ideas, launching creative projects, if you could get news about children, information about children. This is a very fertile and abundant time for you, especially in terms of fertility, parenting. If you're a parent, if you're not a parent, this is also a time of where, discussions about parenthood or information about, pregnancies come to light. August 11th, we're going to have Mars entering into Cancer. Now, this is where you're going to really be feeling a bit sensitive. You might be exhausted, needing more time at home, resting, feeling the effects of burnout. You are just mentally like, I need time at home. You're also quite sensitive. You're feeling a little bit more nostalgic. You're remembering things of the past. You're sensitive here. Remember to take care of you. You will be also dealing with some conflicts and tensions with family members. Do have boundaries. This is really great for moving home, taking action to go see family, really great for renovations. But remember to have those boundaries too. Do not push yourself past burnout. Then August 12th, we're going to have a solar eclipse in Leo. Remember, eclipses are potent and powerful events. They do not just last for the day. They influence us 6 months to a year. The South Node is in Leo. What is making you unhappy? You'll be aware of that and you will be saying goodbye to it. Whether it is a custody arrangement, whether it is anything related to dating someone and you're just not feeling it. The South Node is here. It is a solar eclipse offering a new beginning and a fresh start. But for new beginning, something needs to come to an end. Maybe you and your significant other have a discussion about what can bring some pleasure into this relationship. What makes you happy? What makes them happy? How can we come together? Now, this is really great for meeting new people if you're single. You could meet someone during this time, or it could be even someone related to your past because the South Node is there. It can bring up opportunities for entrepreneurs. All of a sudden, maybe you want to go risk it for the biscuit. You want to become an entrepreneur. This is really great for projects. This is really great for creativity. This is really great for like setting the stage. It is that energy of romance, fun, pleasure. This can bring news of pregnancies once again, fertility over the next 6 months. This is that energy of, also doing things with your children. What gives you joy, pleasure? This is also inner child work. Very deep stuff you're doing with the solar eclipse. It is joyous. It's Leo. It's going to be connected deeply to your sun. Leo is ruled by the sun. And what do you want to take action about? What do you feel passionate about? Jupiter's also in Leo. What makes you happy? And this is where you're going to find the most opportunities coming to you. There's genius ideas you can take action that can lead to significant partnerships, contracts, and deals that can land you some financial success. August 15th, Mercury conjunct Jupiter. Everything you say needs to take up space. You need to be bold. You need to be confident. Mercury is contracts, deals. It's also travel, short distance trips, making plans for long distance trips, because this is Mercury conjunct Jupiter. We have Mercury, which is our short distance trips, and we have Jupiter, which is long distance, foreign places, air travel. What do you want to do? What contracts and deals do you need to negotiate in order to make it happen? News can come your way too, especially related to family, children, creativity, joy, pleasure, romance. You can meet someone during this time and they can really, you can hit it off. If you're in an existing relationship, conversations now are going to be really important for happiness and pleasure in your relationship. August 12th, Sun enters into Virgo, where it will remain until September 22nd. This is all about work, health, and routine, and taking care of your work, health, and routine. Please do so. This means productivity and also your health, sleeping, eating well, managing stress, seeking support while managing stress, getting someone to help you with your diet and exercise, seeking ways and information. This is Virgo, it is ruled by Mercury, so seeking that information to find ways to help with your health. And this also helps with your work life. You can see contracts, deals, negotiations, and opportunities coming in for work. Mercury enters into Virgo August 25th, and then on August 27th, we have the Sun conjunct Mercury. This is powerful, 3 days before, 3 days after. You can really see news related to work come through. You can get results for your health. You can get news about health. You can get news about your day-to-day as well. News about what changes you need to make to your day for productivity, right? And remember, the dates for all these transits will be down below. August 28th, we have a full moon, lunar eclipse in Pisces. For you, you're exhausted and burnt out. This is if you haven't been paying attention to your health, you can find yourself seeking solitude. This is rehabilitation, hospitals, or just time and rest at home. You could find yourself feeling deeply emotional. Remember what I said about eclipses, 6 months to a year. This is where you can find yourself releasing any emotional weights and baggage. Hidden enemies come to light. Deception comes to light. You walk away from situations that have been emotionally draining. This is the area of endings and healing. Embracing what needs to end in order for you to allow for new beginnings. This is potent, it's powerful. This is an eclipse and you won't have another eclipse for another 8 years. And then the South Node will be in Pisces. So it's telling you, what do you need to release? This also can be even taking a journey, a spiritual journey, something to do with, travel. But it's really about solitude, journaling, meditation, going within, the things that make you go within, seeking therapy, it makes you go within, all of those things, kicking a bad habit, it makes you go within because now you're required to make changes to your day-to-day routine. So take care of you, Aries. Now remember, your birth chart is unique to you and I will respond to you down below in the comments. Taurus. We start off the month August 3rd until September, and all the dates for the transits, if I don't mention them, will be down below in the comments. August 3rd until September, we're going to have Chiron retrograde in Taurus. You're going to reevaluate your sense of self, how you come across, okay? This is about value and how you value yourself, your body. Your body becomes important in how you take care of your body. You start noticing this a lot more. If you do not take care of your body, Taurus, this is Chiron, the wounded healer. It will affect you in every area of your life because it's in your side. This represents everything related to you, your money, your goals, and it all starts with you, your physical body. It is also your sense of direction. It's your approach to life. It's how you represent yourself. So Chiron in Taurus is going to be teaching you about valuing your body. I mean, Taurus is an earth sign, so this is all about the body, the voice, the money, the resources. If any financial challenges come up, it's telling you, remember, you are valuable, you're worthy. And it all starts, self-worth starts with how you take care of your body, how you take care of your mind, how you take care of how you show up in the world. This is how you show up. You might be feeling anxious about how you represent yourself and how other people perceive you. But this is the time for you to value you. And when you value you, you can value others and you can go after a lot more. August 6th, Venus enters into Libra. Venus is finally home. With Venus in Virgo, you could have noticed it was more challenging. Now, finally, this is really great for your work, health, and routine. Venus blesses you. It's a benefic planet. Life becomes sweeter when it comes to your work, your health, your routine. You will find money through productivity. You'll find money through how you manage your time and how you organize your time. You can get job offers. You can find opportunities for promotions. If you're a freelancer or offer services, you might pick up your prices. You might see clientele want your work more. When it comes to your health with Venus and Libra, things become sweeter. Things can improve with your health, especially if you've been suffering with your health, right? Or your health has been poor. This is where you find things getting better. Health improves. You might even decide that you have a sweet tooth. Venus is sweetness, and now you might be craving more luxuries in life, like, eating things that are sweet or eating things that give you that joy, because this is Venus. But remember, Chiron is there, always going to be telling you to look after you until September. August 9th, Mercury enters into Leo. This is really great for contracts, negotiations related to home. You might be speaking with family members more. You might be connecting to family more. This is everything related to your family. There's joy and pleasure to be had. This is Mercury taking little drives, short distance trips with family, or you driving out to see family. You have family on your mind. You might be a little bit more nostalgic, discussing matters of the past, including family, home, upbringing. This is where you can see yourself also really great for contracts, deals, or buying, purchasing, or selling a home. Really great for home-based businesses because you're at home. This is where the contract, the deals come to you. This is where you find it a lot more easier, right? And you see these opportunities coming through. You are a Taurus sun, and this can sometimes create a square where you want something and you have to kind of find the balance between home and family. August 11th, Mars enters into Cancer. This affects your communication. Mars is the god of war. Watch for going to battle with your words. This is where you might impulsively speak out of emotional sensitivity and hurt someone's feelings. This will influence siblings, relatives, and neighbors. There can be also more things going on with your neighbors. You can have more complaints from neighbors, or you yourself might mentally thinking about conflicts related to neighbors. This is your communication, so you can see if intentions rising through your communication. Whoever you're communicating with, because this is ruling over your communication. Boundary setting with your words is important. Being empathetic too, because Mars is here, it's going to make it a little bit more impulsive and you might respond to people out of sensitivity. But remember, when communicating and expressing yourself, be confident, stipulate boundaries, and pay attention to the sensitivities of others. You might be communicating more with women. You might be communicating more with, because Cancer's by the moon, so it's women representation, more nurturers, caregivers, all of those things. You can see some important contracts, deals, and negotiations come through that you've been waiting along to as well. But you're the one taking action. Like, I need to get information about this. Mars is action. So get motivated when it comes to what you want to do with your siblings, with your relatives, within your environment. You could also be traveling a little bit more during this period as well. Okay, because it is Mars and Mars's movement. Watch out for, being in any accidents, as well during this period, because Mars is malefic and you might be spending a lot more time on the road. Watch for that. So, just drive safely, not recklessly. Solar eclipse in Leo. This is going to be bringing new beginnings and fresh starts. South Node is there. Maybe you're remembering family members, or you bump into old family members, old family photos. But this is really about new beginnings and fresh starts to your home and living situation. This is going to birth in this over the next 6 months to a year. Moving home, buying home. There's also where you can see events happening within your family. Maybe more family meetings, more family gatherings, more connection to family. Asking yourself, what gives you joy within your family? Where do you need to also stipulate some boundaries over these next 6 months to a year period? Because South Node is there. So it's draining out the old ways and old emotions you've been holding on to. You might be finding yourself more emotionally sensitive. August 15th, we're going to have Mercury conjunct Jupiter. This is really great. This is benefic. Okay, Jupiter, Mercury together. A lot more to do with travels once again, and connection to home and family, news about home and family, contracts, deals, negotiations, renovations, everything to improve your living space, your home environment, and not just that, your emotional well-being. This is where you might even seek a therapist or seek someone that can support you in your journey, because Mercury's communication with Jupiter in Cancer, in Jupiter in Leo, and it's ruling over the area of home and family, what you need to speak about, what you need to see the bigger picture about. But a lot of good news can come through related to home and your family and your living environment. August 22nd, the sun enters into Virgo. This is excellent because now you're focusing a lot on creativity, joy, pleasure. Some of you might get into a relationship if you're single, if you're in an existing relationship. This allows for more play, more pleasure in a grounded sense because it is Virgo. Opportunities for entrepreneurs can excel during this period. You can see that happening. More opportunities, more offers. This is also about children, more things you're doing with children. August 25th, Mercury enters into Virgo. And then August 27th, we have the Sun and Mercury conjunct in Virgo. So this is, you can get news about dating, or like that person is flirting with you more. An existing relationship, you're talking more to your romantic partner. You might even take a little trip together. This is really great for news on creative ideas, money related to creative ideas or genius ideas, right? This is the energy of news about children, news to creative, news about children, fertility, something that you've been awaiting. Results in terms of children, custody, in terms of creativity, and just what gives you pleasure. Maybe you're filled with a lot more hobbies during this period because it does roll over your joy, your pleasure. August 28th, we have a full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces. Now, this is going to be also influencing you over the next 6 months. This is where you see a completion point. When it comes to future wishes and dreams, you might release old wishes and dreams. If you've been working on anything over the past 6 months in terms of internet, technology, advancing yourself towards leadership, collaborating and networking, you gain the opportunity. You reap the rewards from your efforts. If not, and you haven't been trying to follow through on your wishes and dreams, and maybe you felt a bit foggy because it is in Pisces for you, this could have created a lot of I'm confused, especially if you're not in touch with your intuition. This is where you might be releasing a vision or something you wanted for your future that you feel is not aligned to who you are becoming, your future version of self. You will be ending situations with friends, collaborations, or people that no longer align to your future goals of who you wish to become. Can you see financial gains with this period? Yes, and it will come through collaborating, networking, stepping up into leadership roles, online or in person, the people you choose to associate with via choice. So you could get that contract for that job offer to work at that company you chose to associate with them. It can come through during this period of these next 6 months. This is also where you might walk away from a group of people, a friend circle, a family circle, a work circle that you feel is not aligned to your best future. Do comment your placements. Your birth chart is unique to you, and I will respond to you down below in the comments. Hello, Gemini. Now, August 3rd, we're going to have Chiron retrograde in Taurus until September. That's going to retrograde back into Aries. This is going to be deep healing. Over these next couple of months, it's healing, it's closure, it's emotional baggage, it's where you've undervalued yourself, hidden enemies come to light, people who lied and betrayed you when it comes to money, people who you thought were rock solid who weren't, where you've undervalued yourself, where you basically were emotionally connected to because you thought they grounded you. This is where you can find your sense of security being pulled from you. And the grounding comes through you. Okay? This is where you're going to see that. This falls behind you. So it's hidden enemies, lies, deceptions, emotional baggage, where you have allowed yourself to give your power away to someone else because maybe they weren't honest with you. Now you see things very clearly, and it's going to be a period of healing, closure. Do take care of your health. This is where you could find yourself need to pay those doctor visits. This is also really great. Like, you could also go to a hospital during this period. Rehabilitation, kicking a bad habit. This can be counseling, grief counseling. This can be counseling of what you've lost. This is the area of loss, where you feel lost, where you feel pain, where you feel taken advantage of. And this is where you seek that support, and support is necessary. You could also visit an astrologer. This is spiritual mysteries, getting to the bottom of what can truly give you healing. This is you deciding to study spiritual topics, meditation, astrology, tarot card readings, whatever it may be. This is also your intuition coming to the surface. August 6th, we're going to have Venus entering into Libra. If you're single, this is going to allow you to date during this period. Existing relationship, you're inviting some romance. This is Venus influencing the area of children. If you have children, you might be spending on your children. Spending a little bit more too on dates too. Watch that, because Venus will go retrograde in Libra in October. So make sure that your relationships are fair and balanced when it comes to your dating life, right? I wouldn't suggest a situationship, because in October it can reach a point that can be very intense. I will say during this period, your creativity is lit up. It's really great for like making money through your creativity, creative projects, taking up space, genius ideas, taking a risk on yourself. You can find the payoff here. So money can come through your genius ideas. Money can come through creative projects. It's where you take risk and you believe in yourself. Really great time. Then August 9th, Mercury enters into Leo. This is really great for youth, for communication, negotiation, contracts, deals. This is where you shine. It's Leo. So in order for this to happen, you got to be confident, you got to be bold, you got to be out there, and you can see information coming your way. You could get information about siblings. The people you talk to can tell you about a job offer. You could apply. You can get news about a job. You can see an increase of commerce or sales coming through, especially if you have something online, even sales in person, because this is where your confidence seals the deal. Really great energy. August 11th, Mars enters into Cancer over the next couple of weeks. I will put all the dates down below in the description. With Mars in Cancer, Mars is a god of war. Mars is have action, motivation. It is malefic. So what you're spending here, if you impulsively spend money, be sure about it, okay? Don't do it recklessly, because yeah, you could impulsively spend money, and then next thing you know, you have to pay it back, or it wasn't what you wanted, because Mars brings up frustration. You can also feel a bit frustrated about money during this period. You could have conflicts about money. If someone owes you money, it's like you're willing to fight for it. Okay, now you could use this. That's the shadow. Let's talk about how you could use this. This is where you can see your motivation increase on your skills, your services that you have. If you decide to up your skills, you could get paid more. Like you decide, I need to do that course, and that's going to allow me to get that promotion or apply that job. Boom. You take action and you apply for jobs. If you're interviewing during this period, the competition is tough over the next couple of weeks. You got to be very confident, but also emotionally empathetic, because it is Cancer. So remember that. This is where you got to give yourself a little bit of an edge. This is where you got to get motivated and passionate. And for you, it has to be something you feel, because it's Cancer. So it's all about your feeling. It's something that truly makes you feel emotionally fulfilled, that you can take action and feel confident about. So whether you're interviewing, whatever it may be, interviewing, or you are basically deciding to take the courage and make that leap to apply for the job, you could get news about it. Mars's movement of money as well for you. So movement of money can happen. You can get paid to during this period through the action you take. So take action. Solar eclipse in Leo. This is really great for contracts, learning. You might decide to learn something. You might decide to teach a course. This is really great for information. Information comes your way that is good for you, okay? Because we're going to have that energy of Mercury conjunct Jupiter, August 15th. So this will play out 3 days before, 3 days after, especially with August 15th, where the Mercury and the conjunction happens with Jupiter. You might decide to travel. Right? This is where you make plans for travel, vacations, holidays, relocations, get news about travel. These are opportunities that are coming to your mind, ideas that if you excel with it, you can see a lot of blessings come your way. The South Node in Leo is going to be purging out old ways that you think about yourself. Your idea is not good enough, you're not good enough. All of those things. If gossip comes to light because your name is on everybody's lips during this period, become aware of it and know who your friends are. Know who the people you communicate are with. Then the sun enters into Virgo August 22nd, until September 22nd. This is about your home, your family life. So this is going to be highlighting home, family, security, and emotional safety, and the things that matter to your heart. So we are not just only talking about your family here. If you share living space with a partner, that's your domestic life. If you're emotionally connected to someone and you see them as family or someone you can have family with, this is part of this area, right? And it's important. A lot of opportunities to be had. Moving home, decluttering your home, renovating your home, making changes to your living space, focusing more on rest, rejuvenation, your sleep, and taking care of you. August 25th, the Mercury enters into Virgo. August 27th, we're going to have the Sun conjunct Mercury. A lot of news and information can come from family. News about moving home, buying a home, selling a home. News can come through emotionally that can hit you during this period. If you're waiting news that was important for your emotional well-being, you can receive it. You gain emotional clarity during this period. Then August 28th, we're going to have a full moon, a lunar eclipse in Pisces. This is going to influence you over the next 6 months to a year. This is the last eclipse in Pisces. We won't have another one for the next 8 years. So, and that will be a South Node. South Node then will be in Pisces. Currently we have the North. We had the North Node Pisces. When it comes to your career, over these past 6 months, what did you do? Because you will only get the rewards for the work you put in. This was the very top of your natal chart. It's where you shine. It's your public recognition. And in order to get there, you got to put in the grind. So where have you been grinding? This is where the payoff comes in. So you can get the opportunity for promotion, the recognition for hard work. It can pay off. If you're an entrepreneur, the work you've been putting in, you reap the fruits of your labor. You see the money flowing. If not, because of those Pisces, it can make your career feel very, confusing, and intuitively you maybe didn't know which steps to take because it relied basically on your intuition and trusting and surrendering. Yeah, you could find yourself ending a career that no longer aligns to you emotionally and how you want the world to see you. If you are retired and you're no longer working and you've done the work, this is about your purpose, your legacy, your family responsibilities, and how you show up. It has to do with parenting. If you're not a parent, it's how you show up in the world. What is your purpose? Do you want to start a side business? Do you want to do something with your free time? Do you want to go on traveling the world? It's a goal that you have because people are going to see you traveling. Do you want to stay in a marriage? Do you want to divorce? This is your reputation and it changes your status. Whether you divorced, whether you married, you could also be celebrating an anniversary if you two are emotionally connected and truth aligns the both of you. There's been deceptions, you decide to walk away. This is your public reputation. And this is very powerful. Asking yourself in life, what responsibilities do you want? What responsibilities do you not want anymore? So if you're the grandparent looking after the grandkids, is it too much? Do you need to make alterations to your time? If you don't have grandchildren, what are you doing that you are choosing to lead, and what responsibilities do you need to give to others? So whether you're joining a humanitarian group or something where you are taking up leadership, ask yourself, how many responsibilities do I have? Is it worth my time? Do I need to delegate? Or do I need to keep my responsibilities because I'm reaping the rewards, I'm getting the recognition, I'm the community leader? All of these things. Do comment your placements down below because you're in a different space and time in your life compared to everyone else, and your birth chart is unique to you, and I will respond to you in the comments. Cancer. Okay, August 3rd, we are going to have Chiron retrograde in Taurus. And this will be retrograde until September 17th. All the rest of dates for the transits, because they will last some time, will be placed down below. So, with this retrograde, you might have joined a whole new community. Whether you've traveled and now you're at a foreign location, whether you decided to join a church group, a humanitarian group, of different group of friends. This is the people you choose to associate with via choice. Maybe you even decided to work in a different company. You chose to apply, you got the job, now you're here. This is going to show you the wounds of where you are rejected, where you feel different, where you feel like you're not fitting in. Maybe even judged accordingly by other people. These are groups that judge you, criticize you, look at you like you're different and you feel different. This is a time where you're feeling most different the most. It's influencing your collaborations, your networks, the people you choose to associate via choice. It can be even a family group. You become very aware that you are different. And here, the medicine is going to be valuing yourself and your authenticity. The more you value your own personal authenticity, the more you can align yourself to people that are more in alignment to your future goals, and connecting to them are a lot better. A lot of you can also be underpaid here. Chiron in Taurus, money that you receive can feel very, not enough for the work you do from the collaboration you have, whether it's a company or whether it's the community that buys your product. Here you're dealing with those wounds. And it's time for you to embrace your authenticity and see the value in what you bring to a community. And if that community rejects you, find the community that holds space for you. Okay, August 6th, Venus enters into Libra, where it'll stay for the next couple of weeks. And this is about buying things for your home. All of a sudden, you might be buying things for family, buying things for your home. You could also receive gifts from family, loved ones during this period. This is where you're beautifying your home, your living space. This is also sweetness to your heart and emotional connections, which I love. You are willing to discuss things, Libra, find balance and fair solutions when it comes to family-related matters. And I don't just mean your immediate family. This is also your heart. So anyone you feel emotionally connected to, you're trying to find the fair solution here. August 9th, Mercury enters into Leo. Your mind is on your money. And this is through your communication. So what you say will get you the job. What you say gets you the increase in sales. This is news about money, contracts related to money, confidence related to money. This is where you're pushing forward. The South Node in Leo will purge our contracts and deals that are not worth your time. This is where you need to find yourself feeling valuable and worthy. Okay? Mercury in Leo really influences that bank account, and you can get paid really well on news or contracts or offers coming in for money. Movement of money, because Mercury is like, money being moved here. You could also be, having ideas of what you want to spend your money on. August 11th, Mars enters into Cancer, where it will stay over the next couple of weeks, so be prepared. This is going to bring up action and motivation to yourself, your goals, your drive. You feel a little bit more confident, but you're also a little bit more sensitive because Mars doesn't like to be in Cancer. Cancer is nourishment, emotional connection. And, Mars likes to take action on personal goals. So you might be feeling, how do I take care of myself better while still holding my space for my home, my family, and everyone else? You'll feel very motivated to go after your goals. You'll be feeling amped. Like, this is my goal. I want to lose weight, or I want to gain weight. I want to take action. This is your physical body. Watch out though. Mars here can create stress. It can bring fevers. It can also encourage accidents and open wounds. So take care of yourself and move slowly, because Mars is impulsive and wants speed, and Cancer wants to slow down. So take care of yourself. Otherwise, you might be needing a little bit of bed rest. You might also be stipulating boundaries with other people, because Mars is in your sign, other people are opposite you, and you'll be like, what are you bringing to the table? I don't know. Is this fair and balanced to me? Venus in Libra, Mars in Cancer? No, here's the boundary. If you don't like it, there's nothing I can do about it. You'll be boundary setting with loved ones, with other people, and you'll be noticing. Watch out here. Really watch out for Mars, because Mars is heat. We can have fevers, so just don't push yourself past burnout. Have your goals, but still maintain your self-care and self-nourishment. But personal drive and accomplishment of goals can excel during this period. Right, August 12th, we're going to have a new moon solar eclipse. And this is over the next 6 months to a year. South Node is there. We have Jupiter in Leo. Old ways of making money is not the way. This is where, or you might like look at like old things that do not bring you joy. If it brought you joy, you could bring it back. But if it didn't, no. But this is going to be hitting new beginnings and fresh starts to money. You're going to see increase of opportunities financially wanting to come to you, money opportunities. This is your bank account and it wants to smile. And how do you make this money? Based off your skills and talents. What do you bring to the table that is of value? All right. This is where you might even get the idea to start a side hustle, a side business, and you're like confident about it. Then August 15th, we're going to have Mercury conjunct Jupiter. This shows expansion and growth to your money sector, financial gains, financial opportunities coming your way based off what you say and your ideas. So a lot of growth can be happening financially. The South Node, because it is a solar eclipse, it does bring new beginnings, but the South Node is there. So it's saying, hey, if there's something that was not working, or maybe you were overspending, cut it loose. Focus on how you can grow your money, and that's what you're doing, whether that's through starting a side hustle, becoming an entrepreneur, applying for that job, sharpening your skills, learning something new. You're willing to earn more on these next 6 months with that solar eclipse to a year. Then August 22nd, we have the sun entering into Virgo until September 22nd. And this is all about contracts, deals, negotiations. You're putting in the work. Because it's Virgo, you got to put in the work. You're more analytical. You're analyzing things. You can gain information, insight. Great for short distance trips. Great for learning. Great for writing, journaling, or even writing a book. Really great for networking too during this period. August 25th, Mercury enters into Virgo. August 27th, we have the Sun and Mercury conjunct. You can get important contracts, deals, negotiations coming through, information coming your way, ideas and epiphanies coming your way. That is really great for you to work on going forward. The Sun is opportunity, Mercury is the information, and it's happening in Virgo. You might also communicate something to someone during this period too. It's your own communication and self-expression. You could also be, having more connections to your environment, maybe meeting more people. You could be also speaking a little bit more to your siblings during this period. August 28th, we have a full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces. Okay, think back to early this year, 6 months ago, when we had new moon Pisces. This is where you could complete, maybe you now set in that foreign location you traveled to. Maybe you've relocated. This is your new place that you relocated to, or you decide to study something, higher education or teach. This is where you might find completion. You graduate, you decided to teach during that period. This is where you have all your students coming in. This is also your travel, education, having faith in yourself. At the same time, you're ridding yourself of outdated beliefs, and this is going to influence you over the next 6 months. With this lunar eclipse, it does bring endings. So if you didn't decide to expand your world in some way, it rules over long distance travel, education, expansion of the mind, your higher consciousness, having faith in your spiritual journey, and also your beliefs. This is where you might decide, what beliefs do I need to cast aside where I don't have faith in myself? Legal matters can also come to a close during this period. Okay, this is like if you were dealing with something legally, a contract, something is now complete. Things feel complete during this period for you. If anyone has been lying, because this is the area of truth, it will be revealed. You will see it for what it is. But you are overall with this full moon lunar eclipse, it's in harmony. You're a water sign, this is a water sign, and it's telling you what limits you from expansion and growth. Because if you want to publish something, put something out, right, broadcast a message, what limits you from your growth? How little faith do you have in yourself? Because people will only believe in you as much as you believe in yourself. And it's your beliefs that shape your experiences. So if you are finding yourself stuck in a rut and maybe even a little bit bored, this is saying, hey, have some fun, embrace freedom, maybe take a trip, maybe travel. The more things you see in your environment, the more your mind expands, and this gives you that excitement about life. Okay, do comment your placements. Your birth chart is unique to you, and I will respond to you down below in the comments. Leo, happy birthday to all my Leos celebrating in August and all my Leos have celebrated in July. Solar eclipse happening in your sign. So August 3rd, we're going to have Chiron retrograde in Taurus. Ooh, this is wounds related to employers. This is where you notice authority figures are coming down hard on you, whether it's a parent, whether it's an authority, as an employer, whether you have a business too, because you know what? Who do you give your paperwork to? Who do you answer to? The clients you answer to? This is everything related to your career, your reputation, and your status. And Chiron retrograde is going to be showing you the wounds that come up when it comes to your work life and your career, your reputation, and your status. So even if you're sitting in like, I don't have a career, Zara. I'm a stay-at-home mom, dad, I'm retired. This is your responsibilities and the people that judge you accordingly for how you fulfill those responsibilities. Whether that's, they expect you to look great. Okay, it's a Taurus, so they want you to look, posh. Or whether they like look at you for the money you make. This is judgments coming out upon you. And this is going to knock your sense of self-worth, but don't let it. You need to believe in you. Fill your own cup, Leo, especially with this Chiron retrograde in Taurus until September. The more you value yourself, the better you can put your energy towards your career and get opportunities. The more you value yourself, you'll say no to the people that devalue you, whatever authority figure that may be, whether you're applying for anything from the government, that's an authority, whether you are seeking, opportunities from employers, or whether this is just family that are judging you because it is your reputation. This is where you see your own worth and you define who you are, and you don't let other people define you. August 6th, Venus enters into Libra. Money comes through. Venus is money and love. So let's start with money. You're going to get opportunities for money through contracts, deals, negotiations. This is like that money offer comes through for that job you've been applying for. If you've been teaching a course, this is where the money comes in. Or you yourself might pay for the course. You might pay for a little mini vacation. This is where you're paying for things maybe for your siblings. Okay? Or your siblings might give you some money. This is really that energy or the people you connect to. But your words, if you're interviewing now, you gave the opportunity. Venus is in your sign. In Libra, which is benefic to you or these next couple of weeks. Then singles, flirting happens, sweet conversations, sweet words, sweetening up other people, or other people are sweetening you up. And if you're in an existing relationship, this is where you're trying to build harmony with the partner. Words are sweet, communication is sweet. Conversations you'll be seeking fair and just, equality in relationships. But this is really great for talking to your friends too, your people you connect to. Networking brings in opportunities. August 9th, Mercury enters into Leo. And you start thinking about your goals, your identity, and what you want. Pay attention to your ideas. You might be finding yourself jotting them down, writing them down. You might be motivated to speak up, to interview, to lead, to, take up space in some way. And this can lead some amazing offers your way. Then August 11th, we have Mars entering into Cancer. Mars in Cancer. Hidden enemies and people that are being angry with you behind the scenes all surface. Other people's anger is projected onto you. This can even bring anger from women or family members, but other people's angers are projected onto you. Truths will be revealed. You're needing healing. Burnout is real. Watch for that. Health becomes a priority over these next couple of weeks. This can be hospitals, rehabilitation. So you, Mars, moving along to get that rest, whether you are resting in a hospital or bed rest, or you are going to rehab, you're kicking a bad habit, you're visiting a psychologist for emotional healing, you're speaking to an astrologer to understand your path and identity better and what's next for you. This is the period where you're ending things. You might remember old fights can come back. People that you had fights with, people you desired and maybe had some physical intimacy with can come back. This is where you are seeking closure, healing, and rest. Really great for taking action on spiritual pursuits. We're talking meditation, astrology, tarot card readings, crystals, yoga, the things that help you find ease and pleasure. During this time, you could be mentally exhausted because when you try to rest, you're uncomfortable. Okay, during this period, restless energy. August 12th, solar eclipse in Leo. This is you. Please take care of your health. Remember, Mars is behind you during this period. This is about you, your goals, your ambitions, and this is where you're making changes to your life. South Node in Leo, you ending the old identity, which means you want different people, different connections, different opportunities into your life. Over the next 6 months to a year, you're going after all the goals, all the opportunities, all the gains that bring light into your life. On August 15th, we have Mercury in Leo conjunct Jupiter in Leo. The more confident you are, the more bold you are, the more opportunities find you. And it's not about outside validation, it's about internal validation. You are bringing your own applause. You don't care about, not that you don't care. You've been very generous about shining a light on others. People don't realize that Leo really does inspire, motivate others. But you're going to be asking yourself the very important question. Who sees me? Who inspires me? Who motivates me? And that's what you're going with. This is like, okay, if you are investing in me emotionally, then it's okay. If it's just me that's always being your biggest cheerleader, then no. And this is what you are doing. This is all about personal reinvention. So you want better money, you want a better career, you want better everything, more love, more pleasure, more joy, more time with the people you love. And that means changing your identity, how you connect and how you proceed. The South Node is going to purge out the old identity, which means when you are in 2028, you're going to look at your life and you're going to be like, wow, I met new people. I celebrated. I made major milestones. I got married. I got engaged. I connected to that job that I wanted. You would have done things. And that's what this is encouraging. You are seeking that right here. It becomes a lot about you. Then August 22nd, we have the sun entering into Virgo. And this is the area of money for the next month. So with the sun here, and Virgo until September 22nd, there's opportunities for money coming your way, opportunities for gains. This is where you get the job offer, this is where you get the contract, this is where you get the deal, this is where you get the ideas and you need to start. You decide to start the side hobby or hustle. You decide to sharpen your skills, learn some more, apply for that promotion. You can see major opportunities coming in. Then, right, August 25th, Mercury enters into Virgo. Contracts, deals for money come through. This is where you see you have ideas, what you say, sales a deal, you launch that product, you launch that something where you are speaking, you are earning. Okay, or where other people are speaking, negotiating with you, the money is coming in. August 27th, Sun conjunct Mercury, you have an epiphany about your money and earning potential and opportunities. You see what has been holding you back. You see where you've been wasting your time, being devalued, not earning enough, and you decide, all of a sudden it's you. I decide I want to follow through on that idea. I want to start that side business, or I want to apply for that job that's going to help me maybe part-time in order for me to launch my financial, gains. August 28th, we're going to have a full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces. And this is deep. Let's talk intimacy. If someone has been lying to you, deceiving you, not being honest with you, they're not building trust in this relationship, you end it. You walk away. You done. This is a full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces. We won't have another one for another 8 years. So we're talking intimacy. Anyone that you were intimate with. And I'm talking physical intimacy or someone you were emotionally vulnerable with. If there's been power plays, emotional manipulation, you see it for what it is and you're done. You're like, I want depth. I want trust. I want intimacy, and this is not it. And you walk away. And this can be a friend, maybe a friend who's playing you for the fool, right? Because there's emotional manipulation. You realize who's draining you, right? This is where you're working on trust and trusting your intuition, and you're stepping up into your power. And then we're going to talk about finances. If you've started anything, but if this relationship is built on trust and depth and intimacy, this can allow for healing, meaning you have to trust that person with your life. You're willing to merge together. If this person's not willing to merge with you, whether it's a best friend you shared all your secrets with, and now they, used your secrets against you and they're manipulating you, you draw the line. Whether it's someone you've been physically intimate with, whether it's a spouse, because it's rules over shared resources, shared intimacy. This is divorces, this is endings, this is like, especially if there's no trust. Trust over the next 6 months to a year becomes very important. And if there's no trust, you say goodbye. Okay, shared resources. Let's talk about passive income, business partnerships, spouses' money, including other people's money that you've been seeking. This is where you gain the opportunity over what you've been working over the past 6 months. If you have a spouse, only if you're married, they can gain an opportunity if there's been something they've been working on. If not, this can be a bit challenging. And if you are single, this is like you get the offer from that company, the loan gets approved, you get tax rebates, passive income comes through, inheritances also can come through, payments can come through here as well. This full moon is going to touch on everything from grief, trauma, loss, pain. If there's anything undealt with that has triggered you in the past, where people have betrayed you, lied to you, traumatized you, can be triggered during this time, and you find yourself crying and being in a hot mess and emotional. People who were acting possessive and controlling over you too. It all comes up during this time. It's a time for personal transformation and reclaiming your power, building trust with yourself, and then trust with others that are truly reliant. So you can see opportunities coming though if you have a spouse. This is also the time where you look at debt. How can you work with your money in order to pay off debt? Some of you will complete paying off debt. Some of you will be reevaluating your spending and your budget if you haven't been working on how to pay off debt over the past 6 months. Now you might be looking like, okay, I've made so much money. Can I pay off this debt? Do I need to earn more? How can I earn more? How can I pay off this debt? How can I reevaluate my spending? You might even speak to your spouse. If only you are married, how can you do so? If you're not married, or if you're not in a living situation and paying for utilities together, then you'll also be talking about shared resources. But if you are, single, this is you looking at your finances, your debt and everything, and asking yourself the big questions. How do I pay for everything? So very powerful full moon lunar eclipse. A lot of financial gains can come through, but it's only of the work you've done since that new moon we had in Pisces. If you haven't done anything of these past 6 months, this is where you find yourself in hot water. This is also the period where you can find yourself feeling rather traumatized, because this is the area of loss and grief and pain. Maybe something has happened that's caused you great pain. This can be insurances. Maybe you lose a car and now you have to claim from insurance and it's causing you great pain. Inheritances, that's also an area of grief and loss and great pain. This is where you're dealing with all these emotional, in-depth things that are basically allowing you to move forward in a new way. Do comment your placements. Your birth chart is unique to you, and I will respond to you down below in the comments. Hello Virgo, welcome to August 2026. Now, happy birthday to all my Virgos that are going to be celebrating. If you're Virgo sun, you'll be celebrating your birthday. Virgo risings, this will influence you too, and Virgo moons. Now, let's get into it. August 3rd, we have Chiron retrograde in Taurus. This is going to ask you about your faith. What do you believe? You're going to question your beliefs. Have you believed and put your faith in people, places, situations? This is where you might find it hard to do so, because here you're going to be shifting your beliefs. And it's about shifting your belief into yourself, because what you believe is what you will achieve. So having your faith put into yourself, trusting your intuition, trusting the faith within yourself. If you are trying to work on legal issues, there can be some challenges with Chiron. They can also bring up challenges with higher education, learning, opportunities, including long distance travel. And as well as if you are trying to teach or share a message, this can also bring up wounds related to your belief once again in yourself. August 6th, we have Venus entering into Libra. And Venus will be in Libra all the way for the next couple of weeks. Down below, you will see the dates. Now, Venus in Libra is going to bring up money. Now, Venus is benefic, blessed, sweet, and rules over finances, money, values, including love. So here you can see a lot more coming through in terms of money in your bank account based off your skills and talents. This is where you might get the promotion, you get the opportunity, you see financial growth. Money is coming into that bank account. If you have a business, increase in sales, people want what you got. This is really great for money that you now see growing within your bank account. Watch out for over expending, especially because we have Venus retrograde in Libra later this year in October. So keep that in mind. This is going to be everything related to you believing in yourself. Maybe you decide you want more money. You go for that promotion. You go apply for that job. You start a business. You decide to pay for something to make your skills better so you can receive a promotion. All those things. This can also be payments. Maybe you paying and buying things. So watch how much you are spending. You can also get other people maybe giving you little gifts of money here. August 9th, Mercury enters into Leo, and this is behind you. Okay, and Mercury will be in Leo for some time, until August 25th. So this is going to bring up some challenges in terms of you feeling exhausted. You might be having some private discussions behind closed doors at this period, maybe discussing things with people privately. Hidden matters are revealed to you. This is also to do with healing, you deciding who you want to communicate with, who you do no longer want to rent space in your mind and heart. You might even reflect back on old experiences that were challenging for you. August 11th, we have Mars entering into Cancer. This can bring up some tensions. The shadow side of this is tensions towards family, woman, Cancer is ruled by the moon, especially in your social dynamics. Okay, so think about the people you connect to, right? The people that you connect to, the people you choose to connect to, the job you have, you chose to apply there, the family gatherings you chose to attend. This is also the friends that you have, the community that you choose to be a part of. This is where you can notice tensions coming through, maybe even feeling a bit more sensitive of what people say or treat you. This is where you're going to be drawing the line and the boundary. At the same time, this is really great for feeling motivated and action orientated towards collaborating, networking. And this can bring in some financial gains. The more action you take towards networking, collaborating, maybe you want to apply for your dream job because it's the area of wishes and dreams. This is where you fulfill it. You apply to that corporation, you apply to that place of work, or you yourself decide to collaborate and network with other people so you can lead in your capacity if you're an entrepreneur. So this is all about your future wishes and dreams and connecting to the right individuals in order for you to see your wishes and dreams being fulfilled. It also asks you what you want for your future and taking action towards it. August 11th is when we have Mars entering into Cancer. Then August 12th, we have a solar eclipse in Leo. This can be pretty exhausting. It's endings, it's releasing, it's closure, it's spiritual growth, you're retreating. This is where hidden enemies, hidden revelations, things that have been kept from you can come to light. This is a great time for closure, walking away. It is a solar eclipse. What you choose to walk away from will bring in new opportunities. August 15th, we're going to have Mercury conjunct Jupiter. This is really going to bring in information that you didn't see, but because it's conjunct Jupiter, this is where you can get people behind the scenes to help you. Not everybody will know about it. It'll be private to you. It's a great time for closure, healing, spiritual endeavors, maybe tapping into your spirituality, your psychic gifts, astrology, even seeking support from counseling, therapists, understanding why certain situations had to come to an end. This is also you kicking bad habits, addictions during this time, having epiphanies about it and ways that give you the bigger picture of what to do. Then August 22nd, we have the Sun entering into Virgo until September 22nd, and this is personal focus. Happy birthday if you're a Virgo Sun. This is your season. If you're Virgo rising, the Sun here is increasing your vitality, your momentum to go after opportunities that are related to you. August 25th, we have Mercury and entering into Virgo. Your mind is alive. You can think. You now have more focus than when you did earlier this month. And August 27th, we have the Sun conjunct Mercury. Again, you have epiphanies, grand awakenings, ideas related to your goals, and even news about your goals, and how you present yourself, your physical body. News can come through about that physical body, news that relates to your goals, news that is related to you. And beyond news, this is where you're filled with ideas of what improvements you need to make to your work life, to your day-to-day routine, to your health, to you as a person. August 28th, full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces. This will influence you over the next 6 months to a year. Same with the solar eclipse earlier this month that we would have had. This is the 7th house of now relationships, opposite you. This is directly opposite you. Ask yourself the big question. If you and a partner have been working to have trust, this is Pisces, because partners can be very confusing. Right, especially Pisces. It's like you have to intuitively have that absolute trust within a relationship, intuitively and emotionally connect. If there's distrust, that relationship will fall away. I'm talking about marriages, breakups, walking away from relationships that do not value you. Okay, but if you've been building together open and honest with each other. You can see yourself celebrating, moving in together, getting engaged, trying to build something together. It is a full moon. It's bringing it to a completion. And this is really great. For professional relationships, if you've been working on anything over the past 6 months, in order to gain momentum, get the contract, the deal, this is where you get paid from the contract. This is where you get paid through, if you have a business, the sales through other people. You see those opportunities, you reap the rewards. The moon is full. It's a full moon lunar eclipse. You see it coming through. That's great. If you haven't been, because this is Pisces, and you could have been very confused about how to move forward. Pisces says just trust and surrender and trust your intuition, and maybe you didn't know. Now is when you see that contract, that work contract come to an end, that job come to an end. These are endings towards contracts that are no longer aligned to your destiny, and fulfillment and rewards from contracts that are personally and professionally. And you will see these opportunities gain momentum over the next 6 months to a year, especially if you've been working on it and now you see, this is so fulfilling, this is what I've been wanting, you get paid. And if not, this is asking you to, hey, what do you need to release from yourself in order to gain momentum to choose different contracts, personally and professionally, that are fulfilling, that you have the stability within a relationship, that you have the opportunity within this work endeavor. At the same time, it rules over one-on-one relationships. You can also cut ties with friends that no longer align to you, cut ties with people that you feel you've outgrown, looking for connection to ones that are now more aligned to your journey. Do comment your placements. Your birth chart is unique to you, and I will respond to you down below in the comments. Libra, welcome to August. This is a powerful month for you. We are going to have Chiron retrograde in Taurus, a fellow Venusian sign, until September 17th. Then Chiron will retrograde back into Aries, one-on-one relationships. But until then, you're going to be focusing on money, debts, loans, taxes. This is going to bring up some wounds for you, Libra. Wounds related to shared resources, wounds related to money, wounds related to debt. You could be dealing with some challenges here. Yeah, it's important to remember the value of self. When you value yourself, you can connect to business partnerships, passive income that really aligns to your financial goals. This can also bring up lies and deceptions in your most intimate relationships. And it's important to see it because here you're learning about trust within your most intimate relationships. I'm talking about physical, intimate relationships in the bedroom and emotionally intimate. So if you have that best friend you shared secrets with, you're going to learn about trust and trusting your intuition. This is very intuitive. You're going to be stipulating boundaries with others, boundaries related to shared resources, boundaries related to as well when it comes to intimate matters and intimacy. And if you can't trust someone and you feel their power dynamics and you feel someone's not paying you what you're worth, you're walking away from these situations. Right, whether it's a professional relationship, you might walk away from that, especially if you're being devalued. You're seeking value because you value yourself, and that's the medicine of Chiron. Remembering to value yourself and honor yourself. August 6th, we're going to have Venus entering into Libra for the next couple of weeks. This is really great for your physical appearance, beauty, feeling divine, peace, love, and harmony to you. Venus is at home in your sign, so you might be spending more on your personal appearance, how you look. You could also get some financial benefits from other people. This is where you're more magnetic. So this is where you're attracting financial gains to you based off you, how you present yourself, how you show up, your ideas. At the same time, remember Venus will go retrograde in October of this year. So utilize this time wisely and save some money on the side as well. This is really great for singles. You can meet someone in an existing relationship. This is where you're working in partnership and equality. If the relationship is not, this will bring tensions because Venus is in Libra at once. Equality. Okay. Remember, this is how you communicate and express yourself because you are on air sign and Venus in Libra. That's what gives you financial gains. This is what wins relationships. August 9th, Mercury enters into Leo. This is really great for you communicating, collaborating, networking, social events, connecting to various groups, whether it's a work group, family group, hobby group. You are ready to connect to people. These are people for your future as well. You could see financial gains, contracts and deals coming through that align with your future vision and goals that you have for yourself. So money can come through to you, Libra, especially over the next couple of weeks. August 11th, Mars enters into Cancer. This is you taking action towards your career, your goals, your reputation. And if you're not working and don't have a career, this is your sense of purpose, your leadership in your personal community. It's how people see you. Now, the shadow side of this is that you can come across more tensions and frustrations when it comes to your work life. Okay? If you're employed, employers come down hard on you. Parents can come down hard on you, elderly especially, anyone in authority. If you are self-employed, right? This is going to be governments, organization, people in authority, and you're feeling a little bit more frustrated. Remember to take care of you. This is Mars in Cancer. So seeking what's comfortable, seeking emotional support is very necessary when you're trying to build your career. This is really important for you to refocus on goals that are important to you and your reputation. This is where you can come into more arguments and tensions with others because it is your reputation. All of a sudden, people are coming for you. Boundaries are necessary over the next couple of weeks. August 12th, solar eclipse in Leo, and this is going to influence you over the next year, 6 months to a year. This is where you can see new opportunities for new social interactions, new communities you're joining. Whether you applied for that job and now you're joining a new company, whether you decided to join a new gym, whether you decided to join a new hobby group, friend group, you are now focusing on new connections. South Node will purge out the old connections. You're really focusing on this. People that no longer align to your vision and future, cutting ties, and you're bringing in new connections, new opportunities. This is the area of wishes and dreams. You can see financial gains through the collaborations and networks that align to you. August 15th, Mercury conjunct Jupiter. This is really great. This is where you are communicating and you can see a lot of blessings coming your way. Future wishes and dreams, financial gains through collaborating, networking, online and in person. The people that you choose to associate with via choice, even contracts coming through, right? If you especially are applying for corporations or job offers, it comes through. If you are self-employed, this is where people want what you got more through how you lead, how you show up, your boldness, your confidence. Okay, August 12th, that solar eclipse, and August 15th, you can really find this, a lot of opportunities coming your way for your future wishes and dreams. August 22nd, the sun enters into Virgo until September. Then it's your season. Now you need rest, rejuvenation, time out from the world. This is private time. You will end ties, cut ties with certain people and situations. This is the area of closure, healing. Take care of your health. You could find yourself feeling unwell during this time. You're exhausted, you're burnt out. A lot of social events have been happening. And now you're needing some downtime, some time for you behind the scenes, behind closed doors. You could have more private conversations during this period. There's also a time where people from the past may re-enter into your life. Old memories might re-enter into your mind. This is for closure and healing. This is a period of kicking bad habits, seeing hidden enemies, especially related to your workforce and your day-to-day routine, and choosing to align to people that are better suited for you. August 25th, we're going to have Mercury enter into Virgo. August 27th, Mercury conjunct the Sun. This is an opportunity for healing, truthful revelations, especially from anything that's been keeping hidden from you that you didn't see when it comes to other people. It is the area of hidden enemies. This is also great for closure, walking away from toxic situations, people that expect too much from you. This is a great time for boundary setting. You can have epiphanies. It's really great for your spiritual retreat. They can be spiritual journeys, times where you take vacations, time away, where you're traveling, to just seek that solitude and internal peace. You really will be working on internal peace. Okay. August 28th, full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces. Okay. If you've been working on anything over the past 6 months, you can see opportunities coming for your work. So like the work that you do, you can get the promotion, you can get an opportunity at work, especially if you've been working on anything. Full moons are completion points. So now you can reap the rewards of the work that you've been doing and the routine you've been keeping. This full moon also shines light on your health. If you've been taking good care of your health, you can see major like feeling good. But this full moon, you can also notice you might need to take better care of your health. Like you could be feeling unwell, you could have the flu, you could be feeling exhausted. Take care of you. All it's saying is you're doing too much. Some medical results and information can come through that give you clarity about your health. This is a time to improve health. If you're freelancing and been working on freelancing, you can see major opportunities coming through your services that you offer as well. This can also bring a period, because it is Pisces, maybe you were confused about what action to take when it comes to your work life, and it was more about trusting your intuition and surrendering. Now you can see a job offer come to an end, especially if you did not take any action. This full moon brings it to a close. A job, a freelancing opportunity, a contract, it can come to an end with this full moon. This full moon brings closure and healing to your work, health, and routine, and that you need to take better care of yourself, and this will allow for better productivity, and meaning you need to also be in workplaces that are healthy for your mental peace as well. Do comment your placements. Your birth chart is unique to you, and I will respond to you down below in the comments. Hello Scorpio, welcome to August. We start off the month August 3rd with Chiron retrograde in Taurus until September. Remember, all the dates for the rest of the transits will be down below in the description. With that being said, wounds related to relationships, personal and professional, they are going to come about. You're going to see the relationships that do not value you. If a relationship does not value you, you walk away, you cut ties, you break up, this is done, you get the divorce, you leave the marriage. You're going to see the wounds within your relationships. You're only going to be attracting relationships that value you, and that comes through self-value. So you do not entertain professional relationships that underpay you, or personal relationships, a friend, a lover, anyone for that matter, that treats you like you are inferior or less than. Chiron in Taurus, the medicine is going to be value of yourself and seeking value too within your relationships. In order to do so, you gotta value yourself so you can connect to relationships that value you better. But it is a time for deep healing within relationships, maybe even talking through where you feel you're underappreciated and seeing if healing can happen. August 6th, Venus enters into Libra. This is like you can get money passively. Previous work projects can be paid, like you can get paid for something from the past that you've been working on. Okay, passive income, help comes from someone behind the scenes. It's not the best time for making money. It can be even bring losses when it comes to financial matters during this period. When it comes to love, you might be reminiscing a little bit more about an ex. You might be thinking about an ex. An ex might reach out to you, or you just living in the past. This is behind you, so it is the past. During this period, right, hidden matters related to love can come through, and you might walk away from relationships you feel you cannot trust. This is a great time for healing and deepening of relationships built on no lies and deceptions and complete honesty. August 9th, we are going to have Mercury enter into Leo for the next couple of weeks. Venus will also be in Libra for the next couple of weeks. This highlights your career, your reputation, your goals, your ambitions. You can get news about a promotion. You can get news about a job offer. You can get, words of praise here. This is Mercury, like you read like the rewards for like praise, and people are noticing, especially people in authority. If you have your own business, this is really great. This is where you get more contracts, deals related to your business. There's more visibility on you. Okay. At the same time, if you're not working, stay-at-home mom, stay-at-home dad, you retrenched, you are like done with the workforce. Maybe you are now retired. This is you still taking up space, your status. What do you want to be known as? Do you want to be known as a leader? Do you want to take on more family responsibilities? Do you want to help your family out more? Do you want to grow a beautiful garden? Do you want to be the leader of your community watch? Do you want to start a side hustle? This is bringing in all these opportunities to you for leadership, for your sense of purpose, and what truly gives you joy. Then August 11th, Mars enters into Cancer. You're taking action when it comes to vacations, travel. You could also take action towards higher education. Maybe this is what your focus is. You like learning more, taking in more information, or you yourself can be teaching and releasing publications. Really great for that. Now, at the same time, this can also bring you, opportunities for you to take action towards legal matters, because this is the area of legal matters. So you taking action on anything legally that you got to. This is Mars, so make sure you got all your facts and ducks in a row. At the same time, it's really great for your faith and restoring a sense of belief in yourself, because what you believe, you achieve. So believing in yourself truly matters. There's also a period in time where you could be taking action on your spiritual journey, and how can you expand and grow, especially if you've been feeling stuck. Then August 12th, we have a solar eclipse in Leo. This will influence you over the next 6 months to a year. This is really bringing great opportunities to your career. New. If your job has been making you unhappy, whatever you've been doing in your career, your ambitions, it's making you unhappy. If you're not working and you just have a lot of responsibilities, if it's making you unhappy, you bring an end to it. This is going to offer you new responsibilities. Some of you might become parents. Some of you might become grandparents. Some of you might be even looking at career opportunities, ambitions, goals. It's your legacy and what you leave behind. So this is why it's directly opposite the area of home and family. So this is where you are really looking at that. Some of you might even decide you want to get married, get engaged. It changes your status. All of these things. Some of you might even be dealing with grief during this period. Maybe you've lost a loved one and that is now a time of grief and you're attending, places of loss. And now this is you taking up leadership roles. But this is the area of life. The South Node is here. And so that's what the South Node brings, a purge, a release, while the solar eclipse offers a new beginning and a fresh start. There's a lot of opportunities though. It's a good solar eclipse because we have August 15th, Mercury conjunct Jupiter. They will be conjunct during the solar eclipse. So this is going to bring in news that related to career, ambitions, reputation, joy, pleasure. What makes you feel fulfilled? What do you leave behind? Your legacy. How do you take charge? What are you doing? There can be moments of celebration here, celebration of life too. Getting all of these opportunities coming your way, maybe traveling, relocating for your career, deciding to expand on your career. This is Jupiter. You want to take it bigger. Okay, and it can be either an entrepreneur or you yourself or someone who just wants to excel within your career. You can see that growth, but it's going to ask you a big question. Does it make you happy? Does it make you happy? If it doesn't make you happy, you will let it go. Shedding out the old alignment to careers that bring you sadness and displeasure where you don't get appreciated, and aligning to what does within your career, and not just your career, your life purpose and your responsibilities. Okay, August 22nd, we're going to have the Sun enter into Virgo, where it will remain until September 22nd. And then we're also going to have 25th, Mercury enters into Virgo. 27th, we are going to have the Sun conjunct Mercury. This is really great for news and opportunities related to collaboration, networking online. This is going viral. This is putting something out, starting a podcast, sharing on social media, sharing in person, joining different communities, whether it's the family community, the work community, the hobby community, the dance class. You are connecting to different communities. This is really great for collaborating and networking because you can see amazing offers and deals coming through for success when it comes to career moves and negotiations and contracts. You can see opportunities for sales also being increased through your community. They want what you're selling if you're an entrepreneur. This is really great energy. Okay, this is really great though for spending time with family or friends. You're in communities, you're connecting to people, you're connecting to your social circle, and this period will be asking you directly what do you want for your future, who do you want to connect to. Then August 28th, we will form a lunar eclipse in Pisces. Now think back 6 months ago. Within these 6 months, did you start anything new romantically? Maybe you got into a relationship. If you got into a relationship, now you ask, like, is there a deep commitment? Are we moving in together? Are we getting engaged? Are we thinking about children? Those kinds of questions. You could be celebrating something romantically. Maybe you're moving together. Now, if this relationship has been untrue, unfaithful, and lying to you, you break up with this person. Break up, dissolve the marriage, you walk away. There's also a time of fertility. Maybe you get news about being pregnant, having children, or even giving birth. When's the due date? This is everything related to children, fertility, or maybe you are going through a period where you are making adjustments with your children. That's only if you have children. And if you started a relationship, if in an existing relationship, you're asking yourself, is there happiness here? Does it fulfill me? Is this relationship not fulfilling me? And you'll walk away from relationships that do not emotionally fulfill you, and there is no safe space. This is a powerful time for you, Scorpio. You are seeking time with your children. You're seeking time, if you have children, you're seeking time to be like a child as well. This is your inner child healing. Things and memories from the past, from childhood, can come up. So remember that. You might even be spending time around people from the past, people from your childhood, connecting to that. This is a great time though for celebrating anything. If you've been working on anything entrepreneur related, creative projects, initiating ideas over these past 6 months, you can reap the rewards. You can see the financial gains and the financial wins on the risk you took paying off. If not, this can be a time where you need to reevaluate your ideas, your creativity, and what you put forth and what you are creating. To comment your placements, your birth chart is unique to you, and I will respond to you down below in the comments. Sagittarius. Chiron retrograde in Taurus until September. This is going to be a re-evaluation of work, health, and routine, and there can be some major wounds that come up related to your work life, services that you offer, your day-to-day routine, including your health, mentally, emotionally, and physically. The medicine here is to value your mind, body, and spirit. And the more you take care of you and give to yourself and give yourself some self-love, the more opportunities you're going to see when it comes to health, work, and routine. August 6th, we're going to have Venus enter into Libra. This is really great for money, gains financially through collaborating, networking online and in person. Some of you can even go viral. Some of you will meet people that can help you with your future wishes for financial gains. This is really great. If you've been applying for jobs, you can get the offer at that corporation, that firm that you've been looking for. Remember, that's a community too. Some of you are just going to be spending time with your friends, spending money with your friends. It's a very sociable time for you. Watch how much you spend. If you are single, you can meet someone through your friend group. If an existing relationship, this is where you're spending more time with that person in friend circles, in social settings. At the same time, you will be looking at how you can use your money for the future. What can we do to future build? Really a great time. August 9th, Mercury enters into Leo. This is really great about news related to travel, higher education, publishing, and even legal matters. Anything legally that you need to do, you get the news. Whether you are relocating to a different country and there's some legal documentation, you get the news. You see over the next couple of weeks, things coming through for you. This is also great for, like I said, higher education, news about higher education, or you could also be teaching something and there's more students to teach. Opportunities are available. Mars enters into Cancer August 11th. This can bring some frustration and tensions if you're going through a divorce. There can be conflicts with intimate partners, people you've been physically intimate with, or someone you shared resources with, like a spouse. If you're single, this can be like challenges with someone that you thought you could trust. Maybe you emotionally open up to them and now they betrayed you. This is the area of betrayals. This is the area of loss. This is the area of emotional pain. You might need to revisit past pain and trauma. This is Cancer, memories of the past that were traumatic and triggering. It can be a very intense period for you, especially the shadow side of it, because it is Mars and it's malefic, where it brings up these tensions with intimate relationships and trust related matters. Someone you trusted lets you down and now you're dealing with this. You walk away from a spouse, you walk away because you shared resources together or shared a bed together. So even a lover, this can bring that intensity. This is the area of triggers. Your partner triggers you and you have to do some emotional healing and see if there can be emotional compromise. Shared resources. There can be debts that come through and you're frustrated. Mars is the god of war, so you're feeling frustrated. Maybe family responsibilities and debts around the home, family life. It's bringing up a lot of tensions, or your partner's going through something and it's financially creating strain for you. What can you use this period for on like the better side of it? Not the shadow. Mars is encouraging you to take action on shared resources, debts, loans, and taxes. So if there's a passive income idea that you have, investment you want to take action upon, trust your intuition. This is really great for that. You are motivated to take action towards like paying off a debt. You're motivated to setting boundaries with your most intimate relationships, people you've been physically intimate with, or someone you shared resources with, which are business partnerships too. Or this can even be someone you shared your secrets with and became emotionally vulnerable with. You like decided to cut ties. It's important to take care of yourself. This is where insurances can pay out because you maybe were dealt a bad hand and you dealt with an accident, or you got hurt or injured in some way. Mars is malefic. It relates to blood, accidents, impulsivity. There can be impulsive arguments with people that you are close to. And this is going to bring up the connection to trust. Really great for taking action when it comes to inheritances, shared resources, passive income, therapy, anything to do with astrology, spiritual aspects too, because it's about where you find your empowerment. August 12th, we have a new moon. New moon, solar eclipse in Leo, which is going to influence you over the next 6 months to a year. This is going to bring opportunities for expansion, growth, travel, higher education, all new beginnings and fresh starts for you when it comes to these areas of life. Your spiritual body, how do you want to expand and grow, especially if you've been feeling stuck? There's also your faith, This is really great for long distance travel. This is really great for teaching too. If you are deciding to teach, the knowledge that you have, the wisdom that you have, you are sharing it with others. Major opportunities are coming in over the next 6 months to a year. August 15th, we're going to have Mercury and Jupiter together. So really great long distance travel. Deciding to go back to learn something, higher education, or you yourself decide to teach. You have wisdom, you have experience, you want to share this with students, right? Sagittarius, this is a very potent and powerful time for you. It asks you to restore your faith. Where did you lose faith in yourself and your journey through life? And this is where you're asked to believe again. August 22nd, the sun enters into Virgo. This is really great for career, ambitions, and goals, bringing in opportunities, because August 25th, Mercury enters into Virgo. August 27th, sun conjunct Mercury. Opportunities and news, epiphanies about your career, your ambitions, and a lot of opportunities will be coming through, like information, opportunities, even sales. If you're an entrepreneur, you can see that come through. At the same time, if you're not working, retired, or at home, this is going to, or retired, stay-at-home parent, this is about your responsibilities, and you're going to get a lot of insights about how you can manage your time wisely, your responsibilities wisely, and take better care of what you do in a day. August 28th, full moon, lunar eclipse in Pisces. Now, a lot of you would have had to come back home, okay, since January of 2025. This was like, new things related to home, coming back home, family, spending more time with home and family. If you've been doing anything new over the past 6 months, maybe you got engaged, now you get married and you share living space with someone, you bring in the cycle to completion. This is also if you decide to separate from someone. This is where it's now done. We are now separate, we divorced, we're no longer living together. If you decided over the last 6 months to buy a home, like within this period, or you decided that you want to sell your home, this is where you could reap the rewards, see the financial gain through property, right? If you wanted to make any changes towards your home and living space. Some of you during this full moon, lunar eclipse, and over the next 6 months to a year can move home or decide you want to buy a home. You're going to be making these living arrangements. There's also a full moon lunar eclipse. It's influencing your emotions. You might be feeling deeply emotional, reminiscing of the past, your family-related matters, the losses you've incurred within family, people you thought were family, people you shared living spaces with. This can even be roommates. They can be moving away from old home situations that are no longer your sanctuary. This is about creating a sanctuary within and then creating that sanctuary with outside of yourself. So if you've been working on buying a home, this is where you find the home and everything is working out for you. If you're wanting to sell your home, the deal goes through. If you over the last 6 months dealing with separation from a loved one, this is where it's finalized. If not, this is where you're looking at this home of yours, and seeing how can you emotionally connect deeper? How can healing happen when it comes to home, family, people you live with, even roommates? A lot of you will be thinking about the home matters and your heart. Some of you might even seek therapy, counseling, someone to emotionally open up to during this time, because there's a lot you've been through emotionally that needs healing, especially during this period, because you've enjoyed a lot of changes to your home and family life, grief, loss. Eclipses are fated, and it can bring up deep emotional experiences that now you need to relate to others. Either you find a family member that's comfortable, or not a family member, but someone that resides in your heart that you can emotionally open up to, or you seek a counseling, therapy, someone that can give you that sounded piece of healing, finding that peace within that you really are looking for. But a great time to think about changes that you want to make to your home. Maybe you want to put your home on the market. Maybe you want to downsize. Maybe you want to upsize. Think of all these things. This can also bring news about family-related matters, engagements, weddings, including births. But this whole time, you focusing on home and family and bringing in emotional security too, because you're going to reflect on emotional betrayals and where you've been let down. Great time for emotional healing. Where do you feel hurt, including your career, because the South Node has been in your career making major changes since January of 2025. You've been purging out all career identities, roles, responsibilities, and it's brought you back to your emotional fulfillment. What emotionally fulfills you? Do comment your placements. Your birth chart's unique to you, and I will respond to you down below in the comments. Capricorn. August 3rd, Chiron retrograde in Taurus until September of this year. All the dates will be down below. This can bring up some tensions in your dating and romantic life, wounds related to dating, You know, if someone hasn't been true to you or hasn't been valuing you, most importantly, this can create a lot of tensions. Healing can happen, but they need to compromise and value you, especially dating. There can also be wounds related to children if you have children. You know, if you're trying to fall pregnant or anything like that, this can also bring up some deep related wounds. Chiron is about creating that safety, that security around yourself. There's also about your creativity. Wounds related towards creativity, joy, pleasure, genius ideas. If you want, or especially for your ideas, if you feel you've been giving off a lot of ideas and a lot of creative input at work and you haven't been paid for it, this is going to cause a problem. You need to value yourself, okay? And this can also bring up wounds towards entrepreneurship. If you haven't been believing in yourself, valuing yourself, this is where you need to find the value within yourself. Most importantly, this can also bring up some childhood wounds for you. August 6th, we're going to have Venus enter into Libra over the next couple of weeks. And this is going to bring money through your career, your goals, your ambitions. This is going to bring success to you. People in authority, including employers, recognize you. If you're an entrepreneur, this is where people recognize you in your efforts and you get paid well. This is recognition, celebration towards your career. If you are not working, you're retired, you're a stay-at-home parent, this is where you get the recognition for the input you've been doing, you know, the input you've been giving, the things you've been doing, the responsibilities that you have. It brings sweetness to responsibilities and career. Now, if you are single, you could meet someone out in the world or at a career networking event. And if you're in an existing relationship, this is where you and your partner are discussing long-term financial goals and what you want to build together. What is safety and home security? What is it that you both need, especially with Venus being now in Libra? But a lot of money can come through contracts, promotions, job offers, especially for your career. This is also your life purpose. And where do you want to spend your money? Like if you're retired, you want to spend money on what's your next thing that you want to do? What's going to make you happy? What's your purpose? What's your legacy? What will people say about you? How did you lead? Do you want to become the leader of the community neighborhood watch, right? Do you want to do something new? This is your opportunities want to come. Okay, do you want to start an NGO? All of these things. August 9th, Mercury enters into Leo, and this is really great for contracts, deals, and negotiations towards like passive income. So you can get news about passive income, business partnerships, like finally coming through. This is other people's money. If you are married, your spouse can get an opportunity. This is also you gaining insights and opportunities towards your debts, your loans, your taxes. They can be like letters and emails, news that comes through like, oh, this payment, you gain this rebate, this tax refund. All of these things are coming through. This is also where you can have some deep conversations in your most intimate relationships, meaning physical intimate relationships, if you're in a physical intimate relationship. This is also if you are single at this period. This is where people might confess their undying love, right? They make a bold gesture and they just share how they feel. This is also where you might be doing some deep spiritual work, connecting to yourself more spiritually. It's also really great for delving deep in trauma, discussing your pain, and where you feel betrayed in life, where you've experienced grief or loss with someone that you trust. August 11th, Mars enters into Cancer. Now, this is really great and also not so great. Mars doesn't like to be in Cancer, prefers to be in Capricorn. So this is opposite you. One, this can bring tensions and conflicts towards partnerships over the next couple of weeks, personal and professional. Boundaries are necessary. If you're single, though, someone might find you really desirable because Mars brings the heat, the passion, and physical attraction, and they want to hook up. Okay, ask yourself, do you really want to? Where's this going? Now, if in existing relationships, some heated moments between the sheets can be happening, pleasurable. At the same time, this is Mars. Like I said, it's passion. Be either passionately fighting or be passionately making love to as well. So remember, though, within difficult conversations, boundaries are necessary. This is where feelings can get hurt. This is Mars in Cancer, so everyone's a little bit more sensitive. Your direct approach might be offensive to other people, right? There's also where your feelings can get hurt, where someone just reads you and hurts you. Okay, this is the energy. This is Mars. It's a god of war, passion, desire, and physical acts in the bedroom. Okay, you could also be taking a lot of trips here to see people, like, maybe taking trips for a professional relationship, taking trips for an interview. But the more motivated you are with your professional relationships, like if you are going for a job interview, competition stuff, you have to bring out your best in order to get what you want. Taking action now towards sales, contracts, deals are advisable because you can get opportunities through the action that you take. August 12th, solar eclipse in Leo, which is going to influence you over the next 6 months to a year. This is a major transformation. So this is where the old you is being shed, especially through past pain, trauma, lies, deceit, manipulation. You see everything for what it is. And financial matters, debts, loans, taxes, how the company you work for is paying you. All of these things are brought to light. Major opportunities are coming for deep healing, transformation, boundary setting, and including bringing in more financial gains through other people as you learn financial independence and value of self. Okay. August 15th, Mercury conjunct Jupiter. This is really great for news related to financial matters, loans, taxes, rebates, inheritances, insurance payouts, all of the things. Remember, this is everything to deal with trauma and pain. So sometimes it can be an accident that leads to an insurance payout. Okay? And it can be a loss of a loved one that leads to inheritance. These are all personal related, and it's the same area that it rules over the next 6 months to a year. August 12th, Sun enters into Virgo, where it will remain until September. August 25th, Mercury enters into Virgo. Remember, dates will be down below. And August 27th, we're going to have the Sun conjunct Mercury. This is really great for travel, relocation, higher education. So you might decide to study further. This is also where you might decide to teach, publications, putting things out there. Really great for your spiritual journey, restoring your faith. And if you've been stuck in a rut, asking yourself the big question, how can I expand and grow? What has been keeping me stuck? How can I find my own personal freedom? What do I need to release for my freedom? If you've been dealing with legal matters, you can have epiphanies, ideas, and find information related to that legal matter and news related to legal matters during this period. But the Sun in Virgo is a period of restored faith, and you having to learn how to restore your faith and belief in yourself, because what we believe is what we achieve. August 28th, full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces. Now, if you've been working on any contracts, deals, negotiations, you can gain a major opportunity. This is where you get news like, yes, we want you to work for you. Yes, we're willing to work with you if you're a freelancer. Yes, it can bring an increase in sales, especially if you've been working on ideas, right? If you've been communicating, marketing, networking, product launching, the financial gains are going to come through based off your ideas, your communications, your networking, and marketing. And yes, even if you are an employer and you're seeking other jobs, you're marketing yourself. So all of these things and what you say, if you've been interviewing, you can get the contract. At the same time, this full moon is asking you, if you haven't been doing anything, who do you need to break contact with? Is that contract done? Do you need to choose a better place to work at? Are you looking at independence financially? All of these things are coming to light. They can be news related to siblings. There's also where you might express yourself. There's something emotionally you've been keeping in your chest. This is where you all of a sudden decide, I need to emotionally set the record straight over this next 6 months to a year, because inviting emotional self-expression so you can set some healthy boundaries. This is really a great lunar eclipse for news. There can be news related to siblings, changes related to your siblings' lives. You might even decide to move to a different environment, meaning a different neighborhood. Connect to a neighborhood that brings you more emotional security. Do come into placements. Your birth chart is unique to you, and I will respond to you down below in the comments. Hello Aquarius, it's eclipse season, and you're included in being one of the signs that's very impacted by this. August 3rd, we're going to have Chiron retrograde in Taurus until September 17th, and then Chiron retrograde back into Aries. For the rest of the transit dates, please check the description, they'll be there. This is going to bring up wounds related to childhood, family, mother, nurturer, caregiver, home, and family, your physical home. There can be wounds here. Maybe you're unable to pay the bills. Maybe there are challenges within the home. Maybe you had to cut down on certain things. All of these wounds are going to surface. This is where you need to value yourself, value your emotional peace, and seek ways to create that. The sanctuary you want at home, the financial ability you want at home starts within. And the more you value yourself within your family commitments, family relationships, the more you can basically bring healing and create the physical security you want. This can bring a lot of challenges here, but healing needs to be done internally because it's also your emotional well-being. Some of you might even go through a bad breakup. It's going to hit your heart, and maybe you thought they were like soul family to you. These are wounds related to emotional core of who you are, safety, security, home and family. Even losses within the family, all these wounds will come up, especially because it's related to the past, right? It brings up those wounds. It's a Chiron retrograde. August 6th, Venus enters into Libra. This is really great for higher education, money through publications, teaching, courses, broadcasting, publishing, putting yourself out there. There's also money through travel, money, like maybe you get a job that's, online, you get a job that's in a different location from you, from a foreign country, you can get paid for it. There's also asking about your expansion and growth. You can also pay for a trip of traveling. You can pay for higher education. It's all about those type of things. Or maybe you've completed studies and now you're at that place where you graduated. Now you can get the offer based on the education that you have over the next couple of weeks. August 9th, Mercury enters into Leo, and this is going to bring up some conversations when it comes to your one-on-one relationships, personally and professionally. This way you're communicating more within these relationships. Really great for professional relationships. You get news about the contract, the deal, the negotiation goes in your favor, increase in sales based off what you say to other people. Because Mercury is opposite you, this is where you need to shine more confidently, more boldly within relationships. If you're single, this way someone could message you on social media or some online platform. They want to get together. If an existing relationship, you communicating more with this person, your partner, about different things in life and what gives you joy and pleasure and where do you want this relationship to go and what is the commitment of the relationship. August 11th, Mars enters into Cancer. This is it's a malefic planet. So there's positives and negatives here. This is where you can find yourself working a lot harder, putting in the effort to your day-to-day routine, or putting in the effort towards your mental health. Because it is the area of work, health, and routine, you're asked to take action towards these areas of life. So you're motivated. If you are motivated to get that promotion, it can come your way. This is Mars. What you feel motivated towards, you can get it. The promotion at work, the job offer, you want to go, you want to interview, the competition might be stiff, but you're willing to do it. You can put in more focus and taking in a lot more when it comes to your work. You're very busy too during this period. Please take care of your health. Burnout is a real thing. You might find yourself feeling literally unwell because this influences the area of health. You might also be moving around too quickly because there's so much to do within your day-to-day routine. Either it's your work life, and if you're a stay-at-home parent or retired, there's a lot to do in your day-to-day routine, things you need to do, errands you need to take care of, and all of a sudden you might fall, meet into an accident, and this can create need to take care of your health and slows you down. It is malefic, and Mars is in its fourth position in Cancer, and Cancer rules over the home and need to take care of ourselves. And it is influencing your work, your health, your routine. You could also be emotionally triggered at this period in time with co-workers or people you work with. All of a sudden, they're putting more tension and stress into the connection with you, and this can feel awful, or there's more competition at work, and it can emotionally hit you. Please take care of your mental and emotional health. Do exercise, do eat well, do sleep well. And if you need to seek support, you can seek support. Speak to someone that can help you with the day-to-day stresses, because stress seems to be running high and is hitting you emotionally. It can even make you feel a little bit down here. So do take care of your mental, emotional, and physical health. Now, August 12th, we are going to have a solar eclipse in Leo. From now, this is going to influence you from now over the next 6 months to a year. It's powerful. It's happening in the area of partnerships. There's going to be new partnerships entering your life. You might even reminisce a little bit on past partnerships because the South Node is there. Maybe bump into some people from the past. South Node is the past. You're going to purge out relationships that are no longer in alignment to who you're becoming. Okay, and this is going to offer in a lot of opportunities, engagements, proposals, weddings, celebrations, deepening of commitments that are in alignment to you. South Node will purge out the old, but this is a really benefic and really beautiful, solar eclipse. Yes, the South Node is letting go of the past, and maybe where you felt unconfident in relationships, or maybe where you gave too much attention to relationships. You're learning with the North Node now, and you're assigned to put energy and attention to yourself. And on August 15th, we're going to have Mercury conjunct Jupiter. With that solar eclipse, Mercury will be conjunct Jupiter in Leo. A lot of opportunities for relationships are coming in. So for love, you could meet someone if you're single. If you're existing, you can get married, engaged. This is where a relationship that gives you joy, Leo is joy. It has to give you pleasure and then it will succeed. If not, and it brings you displeasure, unhappiness, you are deciding to step away. You're seeking happiness. Like this relationship must ignite a spark. It's Leo. Professionally, this is going to bring in major opportunities, contracts, deals, negotiations, and offers on the table for you. Other people are wanting your services. Other people want to buy from you if you're in sales. If you have a business, more people are coming to you while you're letting go of the old, not letting go of the old customers, because it can be return customers with the south node here. But maybe if a customer has been bringing you displeasure or asking you to overextend yourself in some way because the north node is in your sign, so now the energy is accelerating your growth, you will let go of old connections in order to make room for these new connections that want to come into your life with the solar eclipse. Really grateful. Like I said, other people. This way you can make money through other people professionally. You can make new friends. You can make, you will meet a whole lot of new people. By 2028, you're going to look at your entire life and where you live and the people you work with and who you're connected to. It's going to be different. It's going to be a whole different network of one-on-one connections that you have. Then, on August 22nd, we're going to have the sun enter into Virgo, where it will remain until September. August 25th, Mercury enters into Virgo, and then August 27th, the sun conjuncts Mercury. This is going to be a very triggering period, trauma that you haven't dealt with, anxiety, stress, tension, trauma, betrayals, loss that you haven't dealt with, grief you haven't dealt with. It's a time to verbalize it. Maybe you might seek a counselor, an astrologer, maybe to gain clarity on your life, because it is the area of the occult. So everything hidden, whether you're going for a tarot card reading, speaking to a psychic, whether you are basically going to an astrologer, you are seeking the knowledge, the know-how about what's to expect next. You're also trusting your intuition deeply. This is a profound moment for boundary setting, especially from relationships that involve power dynamics, drain you of your energy. There's going to be a lot of opportunities for financial gains through other people. So this is where like that company wants to pay you what you're worth. This is the business partnership that offers success. This is passive income, the inheritance they want to pay out as well. Taxes, this is where you get a payout from taxes you've been doing, loans. If you are married and have a spouse, they gain an opportunity as well. They get news to get the contract, they gain the opportunity. If you're not married, this is all about you and who you share resources with. So the business contract, the business partnership that you have, the passive income investments that you have, a lot of opportunity and news can come through. There's also a great time for looking at debt and how you're paying off your debt, how you are going to earn more in order to secure financial gains. Because August 28th, full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces. Now, over the past 6 months, you've been working with it, that is upping your skills, whether you've been applying for new jobs over these past 6 months, you gain it with that full moon lunar eclipse. It's a full moon, so it's a major payoff. Like you get the contract, you get the opportunity, you see money growing in your bank account, you get the added sales if you started a side hustle, you've complete upping your skills, now you get the job offer you've been waiting for that's going to give you more money. If you haven't been doing that, this can bring an end to an income. Maybe the place that you're working at, you had a feeling, and now it comes to a close. From now, over the next 6 months to a year, it comes to a close. This is all about money and self-worth. You will only get paid what you feel you're worthy of. The whole point of the North Node being in Pisces entered January of 2025 was encouraging you to be financially independent and value yourself more. And if you haven't been implementing that, you're not going to see these financial gains, because it starts with the value you put on yourself for what you're willing to be paid for your services, to the company you provide or to the business that you have. So at the same time, this full moon is going to ask you to heal where you devalue yourself in certain situations when it comes to earning, and you don't go after what your dream vision is for your earning potential. Do comment your placements. Your birth chart is unique to you, and I will respond to you down below in the comments. Hello, Pisces. Potent, powerful, full moon lunar eclipse happening in your sign. You are the star of the month of August. With that being said, you're not going to get another eclipse for another couple of years, for another 8 years, and that's going to be a south node eclipse. This eclipse is finishing up the story that you started January of 2025 with the north node in your sign. We start off the month though, August 3rd, with Chiron retrograde in Taurus. And this is asking you to reevaluate your communication, how you express yourself. Do you implement your ideas? Do you need to learn something? What do you want to learn that's going to bring healing to yourself and for you to value yourself? If you've been wanting to write a book and maybe you've been holding off, this is going to ask you to address these wounds. August 6th, Venus enters into Libra. And this is great. This is great for intimacy and shared resources, meaning you could get passive income, paying off, business partnerships paying off if you're married, or only if you're married. If you're not married, this does not apply to you. But if you're married, a spouse could gain something financially that helps you out. So opportunities towards your spouse can come through during this period. At the same time, with Venus in Libra, it's really great for insurance payouts, loans paying out, being able to pay off debt. This is financial gains and increase that want to come your way. Please keep this in mind. Whatever I'm saying to you now, keep it in mind, because in October, Venus is going to retrograde in Libra. And this means they can be unexpected bills. So watch how you spend, because it's also where you receive money, but you're going to need to manage your budget. Okay, Venus in Libra for the next couple of weeks. If you're single, someone could confess their feelings. They're just magnetized by you, a little bit obsessed. This is the energy where you have to be very careful. Can be manipulative, but they all of a sudden confess their feelings. Secret admirers come to light. At the same time, Venus in Libra, if you're in an existing relationship, this is where intimacy is, really happening. You can grow closer, especially if there's trust. What's important with Venus and Libra for you is trust. Trust in yourself when it comes to the business partnerships, the contracts that you have, other people's money comes through to you. Trust that you also have when it comes to your most intimate relationships. But this is sweetness. This is Libra giving you the ability to create harmony in your most intimate, trusted relationships, whether it's someone you physically lay with or someone you've been sharing secrets with. At the same time, it's really great for shared resources and financial gains, right? Inheritance can pay off. This is really great for loans, financial money coming your way, like the company that sees you go after you interviewed, and now they're like, yes, we see your skills and talents and we're going to pay you. August 9th, Mercury enters into Leo. This is really great for your work, health, and routine. You're communicating, you're negotiating. This is really great for contracts and deals when it comes to your work, health, and routine. Right, over the next couple of weeks. August 11th, Mars enters into Cancer. This is really great for physical heat and some fights, right? So Mars entering into Cancer, you can find yourself having a fling, if you're single, a heated night or romantic night, because it's Cancer, soft energy, but very passionate in the bedroom. So watch out for situationships or even hooking up with an ex. This is Cancer, so we remember people from the past, and you're a Pisces. So watch for that. If you're in an existing relationship, this is where you and your partner are having some very, very emotional, deep moments physically, or you will be fighting. Mars is a malefic planet. It has two sides to it. One way, we are passionate. We are passionately fighting. We passionately doing the things we do in private. Okay. So these are things you're doing here. This is about romance, pleasure, joy, creativity. So some you can even fall pregnant, right? If you have children, only if you have children, this is where you're taking action, setting some boundaries, rules, and regulations with your children. Tensions around children can happen, especially if it's custody arrangements or there's just some tensions with your children and now you need to draw the line. You can really utilize this energy for creativity, hobby, working on your inner child, visiting your childhood home or neighborhood or something you do from your childhood, you bring it back and you love it. Really great for hobbies. If you're an entrepreneur, or even if you're not an entrepreneur, but you have genius ideas, creativity is flowing and you take action upon it, you can see some financial gains. August 11th, remember, Mars enters the Cancer for the next couple of weeks. Now we're on to August 12th. We have a beautiful solar eclipse happening in Leo. August 15th, Mercury conjunct Jupiter in Leo. Now, with that solar eclipse, we're going to have Mercury and Jupiter conjunct. Jupiter is a planet of luck, opportunity, expansion. It is a south node solar eclipse. Okay, this is related to work, health, and routine, and it's going to influence you over the next 6 months to a year. And it's pointing you towards work, health, and routine. You're going to find yourself very busy. Jupiter is going to give you a lot of opportunities at work. You're going to get the interview. You're going to get the opportunity. If you have services, people want it. Your day-to-day work life is so busy. There's so many opportunities to be had. Mercury is bringing in like conversations. You might even be traveling for work. You might even have people that you're working with from foreign locations. Very busy in the work life. Take care of your health. Burnout is a real thing. Okay, it is the area of work, health, and routine. Make changes to your health. Make sure you're sleeping well, eating well, exercising. Be gentle with yourself. Otherwise, it's a solar eclipse and it can burn you out very quickly. We are also going to see that the South Node is there. That means that you're going to be purging out old routines, things that were unhealthy for you, things that didn't bring you pleasure within your work. So if that job doesn't pay you well, doesn't recognize you, doesn't appreciate you, bye-bye. Okay? That's what it means. You're looking for pleasure and joy with the solar eclipse. It's a new beginning, but in order for a new beginning, the old needs to cease to exist. And if it's something that's been bringing you displeasure, ask yourself before you walk away or before they end the contract on you, should I start applying for places or that really are going to bring me happiness? Do I need a change? This is about change and new beginnings. Take it. And Jupiter's bringing in the luck with this, so take it now. Take it now. Jupiter will be in Leo until July of next year. Then afterwards, you just have the South Node. Yes, there'll be solar eclipses, but it's still the South Node. The South Node is going to say, hey, what's going to make you happy? And do that. Right. August 22nd, we have the Sun entering into Virgo until September 22nd. August 25th, Mercury enters into Virgo for the next couple of weeks. For the dates, check the description. August 27th, we're going to have the Sun conjunct Mercury. So August 22nd, Sun enters into Virgo. August 25th, Mercury enters into Virgo. August 27th, Sun conjunct Mercury. This is really great for your partnerships, contracts, deals. If you're single, you could meet someone. If you're in an existing relationship, you and your partner are doing a lot together, a lot of conversations, a lot of opportunities, a lot of things outside, because the sun is where you shine. And this is where you're more confident within your relationship and you're moving in confident ways together. This is also really great for professional relationships, contracts, deals, can come through, extra sales. This is where you're working with other people and you're seeing the magic happen, and this is really great for the money that you want to achieve. So this is what you're doing. Watch out though for overextending yourself to other people, because you have a bad habit of doing that. This is Virgo. Sometimes instead of just doing a service, you become the servant, and this creates a problem because you haven't filled your own cup. Because that full moon lunar eclipse, August 28th, is happening in your sign. And this is the last one for the next 8 years. And the next eclipse will be in Pisces, yes, 8 years from now. But it's going to be a South Node eclipse. Currently, this was a North Node. Currently, we had, well, not currently, the North Node is out of Pisces. The North Node entered into Pisces January 2025. So this has been pushing you towards self-destiny. And the South Node was influencing your relationship. So you had to cut ties with a lot of relationships, personally, professionally, friendships, people, over this period. Let's say September of 2024, all the way January of 2025, it became more prevalent. A lot of people you used to associate with, you don't associate with anymore. I want you to look at your life. Your whole life would have changed from the people that you have around you, from the people that you have around you, from the connections that you have, from the professional connections that you have. Okay? And now this full moon is saying, what goal did you start 6 months ago? Because this is where you reap the rewards, you get the opportunity. You get the opportunity, you fulfill a major goal, whether that was something to do with your physical appearance, taking better care of your health, going after your dreams, your goals, and things that matter to you most. A lot of opportunities will come to you. The South Node purged out old connections to bring in new connections. And this is really good for you. So this full moon lunar eclipse, you might feel emotional. You will be ending out certain relationships. You'll walk away from relationships. You realize, look, you want too much from me and I don't have the emotional capacity to give to you. This is all about you. And over the next 6 months to a year, this full moon lunar eclipse carries the weight of you choosing yourself over others. And the people that allow you to grow and evolve are the people you will align to. And the people that do not accept the new version of you, you will end that connection. Personally, professionally, it can be a lover, a friend, it can even be a professional contract. This is where you're choosing you. You're choosing your dreams, you're choosing your goals, you're choosing what you identify with, and you're going after amazing opportunities. Okay, to comment your placements, your birth chart is unique to you, and I will respond to you down below in the comments.